I'm so excited to share with you guys two different light density bobs, but there's a lot of differences, although they look very similar. This is Raquel Welch's Current Events in the beautiful color Shaded Sand. And this is Wille's Drive in light bernstein rooted. They are both heat defiant synthetic fibers. They are both low density. I love both of these styles, but there's some key differences. Let me tell you that both of these styles are straight out of the box. In fact, I took both of them out of the box about 10 minutes ago, so I have not applied heat. All I've done is broken the zigzag part on both so that I could show you what it looks like straight out of the box. So many of you guys know I have a 22-inch circumference head, which puts me on the larger end of average. Current Events is an average size cap and Drive is a petite average. Any of my Wille styles that are even coded as petite average, I can absolutely get away with it. I would say that Drive is fitting me a little bit snug. Show you some of the impacts of wearing a cap that is a little bit too snug for you. First, let's talk about Current Events. This style is not a new style. It's an older style that I wanted to make sure that you had not lost touch of because it is a low density, lightweight bob. And Maverick is coming in to say hello. Both Current Events and Wille's Drive have beautiful extended lace fronts. However, Current Events has a left-handed monofilament part. You can only part it on the left-hand side, versus Drive is actually a center monofilament part, which I know isn't for everybody, comparable with a left-handed monofilament part in an average size cap. Okay, let me do a quick turn so that you can see Current Events on all sides. I absolutely love this style. It's like classic. It's a classic bob with a bit of a modern twist. Okay, this is the back. Great hair movement. The fibers feel very fine, very lifelike. I love this piece. Go ahead and take Current Events off so that I can show you the inside of the cap and that left-handed monofilament part and the beautiful extended lace front that we've come to expect with our Raquel Welch wigs. So it's got a really wide mouth, which means that there's a lot of flexibility as far as where you want to part it. What you might find is when you're looking to change around the part, spraying it with a little bit of water or using a little bit of heat to encourage the fibers to go in the direction that you want them to go in would be helpful absolutely with Current Events. You've got a really great extended lace into the felt covered ear tabs and then wefted sides, back. It does not have an extended nape, but it has the Velcro adjusters. In my opinion, this average cap is fitting absolutely true to average. This style, Current Events, is an absolute winner in my books. So let me show you the colors side by side. There's not a lot of similarities in them, as you can see. So this is Shaded Sand, and this is light bernstein rooted. The other thing that you'll notice clearly is that Current Events is significantly shorter than Wille's Drive. Both really beautiful pieces and two of my favorite colors, Wille's light bernstein rooted and Raquel Welch's Shaded Sand. And here's the inside of the cap on Wille's Drive. So there is that center monofilament part. There is a little bit of room to play around with the parting space right at the front, but not so much at the back. You're not going to get a true left or a true right-handed part on Wille's Drive. You could play around with the front section, but that's about it. And then you've got a really beautiful lace front, runs into the felt covered ear tabs, the same as what we saw on Raquel Welch's Current Events. Similar cap construction as far as wefted sides and back. However, Wille's Drive does have an extended nape and also has those Velcro adjusters. If you'll notice, I have the adjusters almost all the way out on Wille's Drive because this is a petite average cap. Of course, when I'm filming, there are planes going by. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to pop this on and show you what she looks like. Clearly, if you are not into a center part, then Wille's Drive is not for you. Let me do a turn and I can show you all sides of Drive. When you compare this to Current Events, it's certainly longer, but it's very similar in density. The other differences certainly are the parting space and the cap size itself. So if you do like a center monofilament part and you have a petite average cap and you're looking for a lob with lower density, this would be a good one to take a look at. Okay, there's the back. The fibers feel very similar to Raquel Welch's heat defiant fiber with Wille's heat friendly fiber. They're very similar and they perform very well. As you know, I've had many Raquel Welch wigs and I've had them for a long period of time. And I would say the performance of both Ellen Wille and that of Raquel Welch's is very similar. Heat-friendly fiber needs heat in order for it to continue looking and feeling great. And it's really just about regular maintenance. So using your hot air brush on these ends, any areas of friction on a regular basis will help to keep your wig and specifically the fibers in really good condition. So if you're new to wearing wigs, one of the very first things that you want to do is measure your head. Find out your circumference, your ear to ear, your front to back, and make sure that you're looking for wigs that fit within those dimensions for yourself. So for example, Drive, being a petite average, is actually a little bit too small for me. Your wig should never be so tight that it's giving you a headache because it's tight on your head. And I can tell you that if I was to wear Drive all day long, it's a little bit too snug and I likely would get a headache. The lace front is actually pushing down on my forehead and making that lace a little bit more obvious. See if I can show you this. Do you see? So the lace is coming down to about right here. And if I'm to move to the side, do you see how there's a bit of an indent here where the lace is? And it's kind of like my forehead is popping out of the lace. It's just because it's a little bit too tight for me. So that is not going to be comfortable to be able to wear all day. So for that reason, I personally would exclude Drive from my wig closet only because it's not a great fit, unfortunately. So I'd love to hear from you. Are you an Ellen Wille Drive fan or are you a Raquel Welch current events? Personally, I'm just both. However, because of my head measurements, I would go with current events. And if you're interested in shopping any one of these styles, you can head over to my friends at wigsbypattiespearls.com. Be sure to use my discount code ERYNN, ERYNN 30 to save.